Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
I'm gonna start that off with the actual, like, I'm gonna do the bad guy Razor Ramon as the music first. Then I'm gonna do NWO joint or whatever with like the new world order and shit. And then end it off with the hey yo, that shit. So
very appropriate.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you better throw that hay in there before you snap. We know it's coming. We know it's downloading. It's coming. It's building up. It's building up. You know it's coming.
Two things. Oh, man. Two things before we get started, bro.
Of course.
Just before we get this thing going. I mean, it's probably gonna be like more of a hardcore episode for us, like more of a Malachi episode for us. So y'all forgive us as we get this thing going. We're gonna try and keep it up as possible and also celebrate somebody who was amazing. If you watch this on YouTube, you've already seen what the picture shows and the video shows. Like, that guy was a bad guy, but he was more than a bad guy. He meant a lot to us. I'm not even going to do the traditional yo. And honestly, the yo, I got it from this motherfucker that said, hey yo. Like, I just amplified my yo. Welcome to another episode of High Tech Wrestling Podcast, y'all. My name is Joe Freeline, aka I am the one tweeting, aka every WCW that I have chosen has liked us on Twitter at one point or another. I am the Twitter GOAT. Okay, I need to be respected and bring it closer. Because every time I tweet the following words, she is so bae. Forget to like on Twitter. Yeah, man, my name is Joe Freeline. I got my compadres and my bros with me. I'm gonna start off with the guy that, was talking a lot of Sky Hall shit. And I fucks with him. Like, he was talking a lot of like, yo, like he know about Sky Hall, he know about Razor. Hell, I think you might even know about his NWA days, bro. I want to give it to you, the highest in the room, my man Ill Will. Say what's up to people, bro.
Your Highness is here, and let me tell you, this episode and what we got to cover and everything, especially when it comes to Scott Hall. And you're definitely right. I remember Scott back from the old NWA days when he was real. Like, he was like swole as hell with the Magnum PI mustache. Like, dude.
And that big juicy the curl.
Yeah, man. Like
Bishop from X-Men, here I was.
Big fuck.
I'm talking about fall away slamming people, still hitting them with that smack punch, boy. And like, it's crazy how this particular person goes so far back into, wrestling in our childhood and like the people that stuck out the most from back then, because like we got so much of his mannerisms, his sayings and things about him in our everyday life. And we finna talk about it today. We're gonna definitely talk about it today.
Yeah, man. And then I want to introduce my other brother, the intelligent wrestling historian, the redhead wrangler, the ginger assassin, the majority vote and the majority owner. I take wrestling. I don't even know if that's your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the other KG, man. What's up, bro? Say what's up to people.
Hey, yo. Just gotta say, hopefully 250 when the meal is finished. That's all. In honor of Razor. And you gotta toss it at someone.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I got a toothpick ready.
All right, I'll get mine. I'm gonna go get mine in a little bit. I forgot to go get one. And finally, the man that's brought us all together, the conqueror, the invader of all BBWs, the great Logan the Great. What's up, man?
Hey, yo. And I think Will might be the BBW.
I think it might be
get a crown from my man.
BBW Slayer. Yeah.
I think me and Will are BBW Slayers. I think we are.
You know what I'm saying? But a time or two. You know what I mean? Old man Logan is winning those waters. But welcome to another episode of Hot Take Wrestling. Rest in peace, man. This is gonna be a hard one, man. Rest in peace, Scott Hall, also known as Razor Ramon, WCW, WWE legend, icon, trendsetter. It just all fits, man. There'll never be another Scott Hall. That's one thing for sure, two for certain.
Yeah, man. The one thing I'll obviously start in case no one's figured out yet, and you haven't seen the intro of the video yet, or you just listen to this on your way to work. Rest in power, Scott Hall. The man took 3 heart attacks this past weekend. I think they said he broke his hip, and the blood clot went to his lung, and then he had 3 heart attacks back to back. Was put on life support. Was off life support for a couple hours, and was still fighting for his life. And then he passed away, which is sad to hear, because for all 4 of us, Scott Hall was bigger than just a wrestling character. I would say Razor, Scott Hall, the Magnum character, all those things were somehow influences on why we like wrestling so much. I posted on my story, I was a huge Bret Hart fan, 1-2-3 Kid fan, Ahmed Johnson fan or whatever. Love those guys. But when Razor Ramon came out, I was like, yo, I think I like heels a bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like the promos, the vignettes, when they were about to introduce Razor Ramon and shit, he's like, he was like, I got good women, I got a bunch of money, bunch of chains, because I'm the bad guy. And I was like, yo, that shit got hard. Oh, 8 years old and shit. Trying to go, I'll never forget it. I remember being 8 years old. My grandmother had a jewelry box full of gold chains. I swear to God, I ran in there trying to put on a bunch of gold chains. Just like, bruh. Because
that can get the pose.
That shit was so cool to me, bruh. I hadn't seen nobody like Scott Hall ever in my life. Bret Hart was a small guy, wore black and pink or whatever. Haven't seen that before. 1-2-3 Kid had the mullet, was like, wow. And Ahmed Johnson was like a guy that looked like me when he was black. You know what I'm saying? And Razor Ramon, his character he's portraying is an accurate assessment of what I just thought was fucking cool, bro. And it just stuck out for me, man. Like I was just like, yo, this motherfucker is awesome. And I think one of his biggest rivals was when he faced Bret Hart, and they had a hell of a match. Like he could go in the ring, bro. To being like 6'7", 6'8", go in the ring, doing them hard, like them hard open hand punches and them open hand slaps, bro. Which by the way, I realized, I think Rocky Johnson, or not Rocky Johnson, Dwayne Johnson did that, and I think he got it from Razor Ramon. Just was like, like all that, the swagger, like he would hit you, and then he would flick his boot, and then he would do the bad guy, and then the Razor's edge was just so cool, bro. Man, bro. Man, this one hurts, bro. Fellas, just before we get started, go ahead and give us, since we already started, give us like the memories of Scott Hall, one of your favorite matches from Scott Hall, and just like, what do you think his impact is on wrestling and just in overall life?
Who wants to start, man?
I'll start. Go ahead.
This is one of the more recent memories for me, right? So a few years back, I started collecting the WWE wrestling figures. And I was at Kmart. This is how you know this a few years ago. Kmart is gone now. Mm-hmm. And I just happened to, I've always been a big kid, even as an adult. Like I'm still a big kid at heart. Mm-hmm. So I just happened to go through the toy aisle. And lo and behold, what do I see? A defining moments Razor Ramon WWE Elite figure. And the figure came with the WWE IC title belt, and it had the little gold chains on and stuff. He had purple on, purple and gold. So if you remember, the purple and gold, he always had like these brash colors, right? But purple and gold was probably, would y'all agree, that's probably the main one he wore.
Yeah,
like green and red, purple and gold,
yeah,
black and gold. But it was mainly the purple and gold. So I saw that dude. I said, yo, I think I had about $50. The figure was 30. That was the best $30 I spent in my life, dude. I had $20 for the rest of the week. I didn't give a shit. I did not give a shit. I said, I got to have that figure.
Yeah.
So Razor, he was the epitome of cool, man. Like, what people don't understand about us as wrestling fans, and I just have to break this down right now before I pass it on to everybody else. We experience hurt and heartbreak with our heroes literally more than any other fan with any other sport. You know what I'm saying? So many of the guys we looked up to that we loved are no longer here. Scott Hall, Mr. Perfect, also known as Kurt Hennig. You know what I'm saying? Just numerous, Chris Benoit, one of my all-time favorites. He's no longer here. Eddie Guerrero, I know that's one of Will's favorites. You know what I mean? Our fandom, we celebrate these people. Even when they in the gym, they in a little bingo hall, we still celebrate them and are just excited to the moon to see them. Even at that point, because we still relishing in the moments from when we were kids.
Yeah.
And we love them from those moments they gave us as kids. Like, a lot of wrestling fans, they probably were bullied. They probably weren't the most popular people in school. And these people, they had characters that they embodied that gave us courage to go out here and live our lives and be who we wanted to be. And Razor was one of those dudes for me, man. So when this happened, I said, oh man, it's a part of getting old. Like I said this to Kenny when we was at work. It might have been today. I said, yo, I guess this is just a part of the game when you're getting older. Like, you're gonna see your heroes fall. You're gonna see your heroes lead. And it was a bittersweet moment for me. But by God, if that man wasn't a strong man, it took 3 of them. The irony of it taking 3 like a pin. 1, 2, 3. And he still was trying to kick out. So I'm sorry if I made y'all emotional. I know I'm making myself emotional right now. My voice cracking and shit. But Scott Hall, I love you, man. I know you up there with the big gold toothpick, you know what I'm saying, the gold toothpick. You know what I mean? You inflicted at somebody. And hey, you know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you for the memories. You will never be forgotten, for sure.
What's your favorite Scott Hall match?
Hey, it was so many. I mean, him and Sean got classics. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say a match, a feud that I don't think gets the credit it should. And I know we brought it up maybe a while back, maybe last season, when it was Razor Ramon and Goldust. All right, so when we get to breaking down Razor Ramon's feuds, the main feud that gets brought up, Shawn Michaels. So they had the SummerSlam match become basically the undisputed Intercontinental Champion, the ladder match. And, he's had feuds with Bret Hart and a lot of other big people, right? But one of the feuds I really enjoyed was his feud with Goldust. Shit, I almost said Goldberg. Sorry, Will.
Man.
Don't say his name!
The feud with Goldust, though, man, like, Dustin Reynolds does not get the credit that he really deserves. That dude in that ring that's a technician. But that feud, I mean, you had a homoerotic character just kicking ass and taking names later. And Scott Hall was not a small man by any merit. But that's one of my favorite feuds he had. He also had feud 1, 2, 3 Kid. I enjoyed that one. I can't remember, was he the bad guy in that one, or was 1, 2, 3 kid turned on him?
He started off being the bad guy in that one, but then I think the 1, 2, 3 kid, he grew to respect him at that point. So
and then he turned face. Yep.
Okay. But you know, so there was a couple of mine. You know what I mean? Dude was one of my all-time favorites. So I'm definitely gonna have to make sure I sit down and add some of those classic matches, and you know, watching some of those old classic Raws, Monday Night Raws. Hell, I saw a clip Virgil put up on Instagram of a Monday Night Raw match they was having, and that shit was looking pretty good. And it was like, oh, people got to, you know, put a little respect on Soul Man Jones' name.
yeah, Virgil
the breadsticks.
Virgil got some shit. You know, Virgil got some heat, bro. He out here doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Feel me?
So, but that was mine. So I passed it off to one of the brothers.
Go ahead, we'll go with it.
All right. So I feel like it's just easier to just get off my mind what's been there from the moment I heard about the whole like support stuff that was going on with him, because I kind of follow Scott Hall pretty heavy, even from back in the day up until around this time. Like, I was able to say I seen stuff he did in the indies post TNA and WWE runs, and following how, you know, the whole battle that he had with drug and alcohol abuse over the years. And in spite of all that, because it's crazy how that's a part of his story, but it just doesn't stick out over anything else that he did, and you know, in spite of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Razor Ramon, which was inspired by Scarface. That's Tony Montana's Scarface, made into his own. If you ever want to just see something that can grasp your attention or catch your eye, go back and look at the vignettes that was leading to his debut, and it was gold. Like, you knew he was a star right when you saw stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And to me, it turned out better than we thought, because like I said, he made it his own. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, as of yesterday, Machismo officially left us on Earth. Mm-hmm. And that's weird, because it's so much about him that we just kind of emulate naturally. He's a part of like a lot of important moments in wrestling from the time that we've been watching it as kids. And the crazy part about it, we four brothers, you know, that all have this thing about professional wrestling in common, that we could come together as adults with lives and talk about this stuff on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it got to do with where it all started. And there's guys like Razor, Ramon, Scott Hall, that has us in this seat to begin with. Like I was saying earlier, it's the first member of the clique that passed. Mm. And the clique is a big part of like everything that got to do with me personally. Like, it's on the record, Shawn Michaels over everybody. That's my guy. That's my favorite wrestler. So I know who he ran with. I knew how he did things. So I know how all that shit went. And the thing about Scott Hall, casually, me and my friends would talk about how he's that one person in the NWO that we'll always like over the other people. Like, everybody know I don't fuck with Hogan at all. Like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And my best friend hate Kevin Nash. I don't have that problem. I fuck with Kevin Nash. She hate this nigga. She crack quad jokes as soon as I say anything with a nut in it. Like, don't do that. But when it comes to Scott Hall, we all shut up and just do this. That's our guy. Scott Hall was our guy. And I feel for Kevin Nash. And I say that really struggling right now because I couldn't be him right now.
Mm-mm.
No flex, y'all. Like, when I got the word about what was going on yesterday morning, I hit my best friend and just told him, like, hey, you got to fuck with me today. I got a weird feeling about this shit. And she really hate Kevin Nash. We had a whole talk about it. She understood. And up until about 2 hours ago, we was around each other because I almost put myself in Kevin's shoes. That shit don't feel good.
That shit heavy.
Hey, let it out if you got to, brother. You amongst brothers. You know what I'm saying? This dude was important. I think I say to everybody, I started to talk for all this, he was important to all of our childhoods. And, I know for me, him, Diesel, them two especially, outsiders, I just love them dudes. And I kind of carry myself like that now. Like, I don't care if you like me or not. You don't have to. I'm not here for you to like me.
Yeah.
Part.
And they, you know what I'm saying? I got that from two fucking big white guys. I was on Mondays and Thursdays,
People forget that there was a Scott Hall was such an integral part of NWO, and he didn't really wrestle that much because he was just so fucking cool.
Scott Hall was the first person we saw that led up to what became the NWO. Him invading is what started it.
Right.
Hell, it was so ugly. Vince told him he can't do no Razor Ramon shit on WCW. Take that, Scott. Okay, nigga. That's still who I am, though. I just won't talk the way you remember.
Right. And he talked regular, but he still did the AO, and he still did this shit. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it was, like, people forget that he was an integral part of the storyline without being the inner part of a fucking storyline. Mm-hmm. Scott Hall was a big motherfucker that could sell. A lot of big motherfuckers couldn't fucking sell. Scott Hall was a big motherfucker that could move. A lot of big motherfuckers couldn't fucking move. Scott Hall was 6'7", 6'8", and 6'7" is really not even stretching it. He might be 6'8", 6'9", right around where Taker is. Can move.
He a big dude.
He a big motherfucker. And I think who was it? Triple H said it on one of his vignettes for Hall of Fame. He's like, you can't teach cool. Scott Hall was fucking cool, bro. The reason
can't teach it, man.
The reason why motherfuckers really fuck with Scott Hall the way they do, why niggas like the Migos, motherfucking everybody in drill rap were like 37 change or whatever, is because you watch two things. You watch Scarface or you watch wrestling when you was a shorty and you like Razor Ramon because he was a bad guy. This motherfucker was out here slapping motherfuckers with chairs, swinging, knocking motherfuckers out with chairs or whatever, and was like smack and didn't give a fuck, laughing and shit, bro. Bro, people forget that he used to wrestle Bret Hart and they had some dope ass matches. Motherfuckers forget. A big motherfucker had classic ladder matches. One of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And it's not like where one's carrying it and the other one's not. They're both doing their part.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Hall is probably like, I think KG said at one point, Scott Hall, Cesaro, probably the two people that should be WWE, that should have been WWE heavyweight champions and will never get a chance to be able to do that. And that's fucked up. That's sad to see. That's
real fucked up.
That's mad fucked up. Could you imagine if we got Scott Hall versus Taker or whatever at WrestleMania, still in his prime or whatever at that point? What if this motherfucker Scott Hall would have still stayed healthy and we'd have got, I don't know, Scott Hall and fucking The Rock, Scott Hall and Austin. Come on, bro, that shit would have been nuts. If he'd have revamped his character or whatever, and
we got Hall and Austin.
Well, we got. I'm talking about in their prime, and when they both in prime.
It was still solid.
It was.
I agree.
What we got. I agree. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
he's still good.
Yeah,
he's still good. But like, and shit, that's probably one of the best Stone Cold Stunner sales ever. And motherfuckers was bitter about that match because they thought it was supposed to be like Stone Cold and Hogan, and then Rock take the back seat and face either Hall or Nash. It really didn't matter.
Yeah, because what that was, they didn't. That was, I think Hogan didn't want to put over Austin or something.
Yeah,
or something like that. But
yeah, that's totally what it was.
For me, like Scott always talking about how cool he was. He was like the first heel where people were like, "Yo, that dude's cool."
Yeah,
like to the point where like they had to flip him. Because if you think about it traditionally, you would have never said that back in the day. Because Scott Hall was the babyface, or Razor was the babyface of WrestleMania 10 against Shawn Michaels. Mm-hmm. So, and that's obviously a classic match. And so they kind of had to bring Diesel around, you know, to kind of even things out. You're going to have Shawn playing the heel. But that's one thing that stood out to me. And then when he goes back to being a heel in WCW, it's like, man, how are you not entertained by this? When he's like naming the people he wants a piece of, who could come at him at WCW. He called Macho Man. It almost sounded like he called him the Nacho Man.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So things like that. You want a war? You're going to get one. So it's just classic memories of that guy. And another thing that's crazy was two people that never won the WWE or the WWF championship. One of them had his final match in WWE against them, and it was Ted DiBiase Sr. So that's kind of bring things full circle. So that's kind of crazy that was his last match in WWE. It was against Scott Hall.
That's crazy. And motherfuckers forget that when he was wrestling with Nash, they were on a tear.
Yeah.
Titles. They were kicking ass. They beat the Steiners to win the fucking titles, even though like Scott Steiner was, you know, the reason they turned and he won it that way. But still, that Bash to the Beach match, that was actually a still good fucking match. It was still a solid fucking match. The shit with the 1-2-3 kid, when the 1-2-3 kid pinned him with like a roll-up pin, that shit was motherfuckers forget. Like he had skill. He was skillful. And I think it's easy for us to forget that because we remember him now. But motherfuckers don't remember back in '93, he was it on the villain side of things or whatever. He was the heel. He was the heel of all heels. Like that's the heel that we really fuck with. We fuck with that heel. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, not to sound like an asshole, motherfuckers was starting to wear like vests, chains, skinny jeans, big ass black boots.
True story.
Scott Hall.
If you pay attention to the image that's used in the intro to the podcast, that's from a photo shoot I did maybe a year and a half ago. And I had on blue jeans and a sleeveless blue jean vest. And the inspiration from that was from that Razor Ramon picture.
Yep.
When he had that exact same setup on. It's just I made it more my own. That's why it was customized. But the customization aspect of the vest came from the thing about me wanting to wear a vest, i.e. Razor Ramon and Scott Hall, because I always thought the vest he had on was just like sick as hell, like the ones with the razor blades on it in different colors. And then the classic outsider joint with the blood coming down on each shoulder with the back that say Hall on the back or outsiders. I was like, I want that.
Yo, y'all niggas remember when I used to wear the bandana in the front when I first got my hair braided? Motherfuckers was like Tupac. I was like, nah, bro, Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Nah, because Scott Hall used to be out there drunk as shit.
With his bandana on backwards, like.
Right. He'll be there and be like, hey, yo. And motherfuckers would go crazy. Yo.
I love that era Scott Hall, I swear.
Yo. Because he was drinking, but he was functional. He was functional.
It still was better than Goldberg.
Hey, yo. Everybody's better than Goldberg.
Speaking of which, I said earlier that Scott Hall was a part of like a lot of major moments in wrestling.
Yeah.
For example, Scott Hall was the first wrestler we saw in the first episode of Monday Night Raw. Scott Hall was the first person we saw that led into the NWO storyline. Scott Hall is responsible for Kevin Nash breaking Goldberg's streak.
Yeah.
The first thing I did No bullshit. When I got the official news at 7:00 yesterday. By 7:10, I was watching that match between Kevin Nash and Goldberg just so I could see Scott tase that nigga.
Crazy thing
I
is,
watched
shit, you
that
think
on
about
repeat for like 30 minutes. And it made me smile. I needed that so I didn't fall into the situation. Because that moment, and if you ever really go back and watch it, while Kevin Nash is celebrating, they show the replay of when it happened, and then they show Scott Hall in the entryway nodding with the taser. I'm like, that's so fucking dope.
Yo. Go ahead, KG.
But that also fucked me up. Like, him nodding with the taser, man. Like, you're welcome. Like, thank you, Scott, for real. Like, goddamn, fuck Goldberg.
They inflated his numbers like 178-0, and then like it was like 189-1. What?
Yeah, man, you ain't fight that many niggas, boy. Not in 2 years.
Nigga, you fought 60 at the most. Go ahead.
You
KG.
are not Dolph Ziggler, fam.
You fought 60.
Yeah.
Go ahead, KG.
I just remember like the Royal Rumble game. Like people was either picking Razor or they were picking like Bret Hart. At least in my household. Like my
Razor, Bret Hart, or the Undertaker. So you can do the the move with the I know exactly
With the tombstone?
Yes.
Yep. So that's all people was picking. As soon as that music hit, you knew it was on, man.
Razor's Edge. Yeah, all day.
Razor Ramon.
To the point where like it even transcends wrestling. I was talking about because Wale had a freestyle like what was it 5-6 years ago with Razor instrumental.
Mm-hmm. He said Razor was his favorite wrestler.
Yeah. Razor wasn't even in this match. The ladder match that woo, you know it. Who's now
Zach Ryder?
Matt Cardona, but Zach
Matt
Ryder.
Cardona.
He said the inspiration for some of his gear was when Razor won it with the ladder match, and he took a picture with the title on, won WrestleMania. Scott Hall took a picture with the title on for the Intercontinental Championship. Razor transcends it. Coolest moment for me, WrestleMania. Razor, Scott Hall on the golf cart talking to Paige, chilling. Paige, who was like, could be more than 25 years old, is fangirling, and Scott Hall just chilling. Like, yo, you do a good job out there. You're really good. You know, you're really good. Paige is like, her skin is like kind of pale for a Caucasian woman. She is flushed red, bro. And I'm not talking about her face. Her whole body is flushed red. Red like the background on Hot Take. Like, yo, coolest shit ever. Because he's just so fucking cool, bro. He's just that cool. This is probably outside of the spectrum, probably inappropriate. Scott Hall had hoes. I don't care what no niggas say. Scott Hall had hoes.
I want to read this tweet real quick that Oscar had, like the interaction Oscar had with Scott Hall on Twitter, where she's saying, I respect Goldberg so much. He is amazing. I am honored to be the undefeated champion with the longest streak in WWE history. And Scott Hall replies, you're much more talented than Goldberg. I love this dude.
That's what I'm saying.
He gets it.
He get it. Scott Hall knew.
And one of the things about him, he fuck with women's wrestling. Like he's just like shoot his shot at Paige on the slick side sometimes, but he watched her wrestling stuff too. He watched Oscar. He watched Charlotte. He watched everybody that's good, and he'll get them their kudos when they do. I noticed that about him.
Yeah, because he watched wrestling. I think
he definitely does.
His son wrestled, don't he?
Yeah, Cody. His name Cody Hall.
Yeah,
he hasn't had a match in like 2 years, so I don't know. But yeah, he was at some point when JPW.
He was in the Indies pretty heavy.
Yeah, I know he was in New Japan for a while, and if he's in the New Japan's dojo, he's gonna be good. New Japan usually can crank out somebody from their dojo. You just learn how to be a good wrestler in New Japan. You just learn how to do it. It's fucking crazy.
He was over there around the time of the Bullet Club, wasn't he?
Yeah. But he was green, bro. They had to teach him stuff. Even though he's second generation, New Japan makes sure that you're like an elite. I would say I have not seen a wrestler from New Japan that's a trash wrestler. Like if you went to New Japan under their dojo for like 2 or 3 years, you pretty much know the ins and outs and can wrestle. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen like a New Japan botching wrestler, like not even an AEW. Like I haven't seen that. But if he hasn't been wrestling 2 years, that means he's in the dojo or he's learning. I'll probably look it up right now and find out. But yeah, if that's the case, he probably getting ready for like a character switch or something different or whatever.
Because he had like the ring gear, like his pops and all that.
Right.
I know they used to kind of fantasy book him and Kevin Nash's son. I don't even know if Kevin Nash's son actually wrestles or not. But I know he was much older than Kevin Nash's son. So
yeah, he is a member of the Bullet Club and he's still with New Japan.
Okay, Cody.
Oh, he's with Major League Wrestling.
He's a big dude too. Like he's big like his pops. He just don't got the hair.
Yeah. He's just different. I think they said they released him. Never mind. Well, he'll probably. I mean, you know, with this might be some renewed stuff in him, and he might come back do something different. Because it's hard having a father who's a great wrestler and being great at it. Like, you know, it's hard living up to that. That's why so few that can do it already or Dwayne Johnson. Those guys, but yeah, man. Rest in power, Scott Hall, bro.
Yeah. I don't know what KG when I was gonna ask him if he got everything out that he wanted to say, because
Yeah, I just realized he wasn't in there either.
Yeah.
I was just trying to look to see what was going on with Cody. Like I said, I just heard he hadn't had a match in like 2 years, but who knows? As far as possibly him getting back into it if he wants to. Right now it's probably lasting on his mind, but
yeah.
At least for a while they kind of weren't that close. At least they made amends, which is always a good thing. People's parents and their children. But I already said what I said about winning. Definitely one of the best that ever won a world championship somehow, but we'll turn it. Don't want to turn this into a negative, but just easily personality-wise, one of the more recognizable talents of our generation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would say even arguably maybe the last 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
We have a handful of guys that maybe transcended as much as he did. Probably not, though.
Mm-hmm.
If they are, they're like the upper echelon of like the all-time, the people that are on a lot of these Mount Rushmores. But he definitely gets that honorable mention, like I said, because it's just to ooze that much personality. And I said to be that likable too, because that wasn't the trend back in the day. You came out acting, that fly basically, and would they take to you? But no, people just like took to them and they had no choice but to, we have to make this 6'7", 6'8", 270-pound dude, 280 some odd pound dude, face, man.
The Cabana shirt, white pants on y'all ass. What do you mean?
So.
And those guys. Oh, my bad, KJ. Go ahead, finish.
No, that was just about it. I was going to say, I know one of his apparently one of his matches that I don't know if they ever had video of it, but apparently there was a tag match with Diesel and John versus 1-2-3 Kid and Razor for the tag title. It was actually supposed to be like a classic. I just don't know if there was a televised event, because they would have those one-off events and name them specific, like in your houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I heard it was a classic, so. Him and Owen had a pretty good match too on an episode of Raw.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Shit. Damn, bro.
And that's why I was saying earlier, man. It's one of those things where I realized that I think I might have realized while I was sitting there at work. I was just kind of like, us as fans, man, we probably get it the worst, because everybody else's, idols, they're still here. We got more of our wrestling heroes in the cemetery than they're actually still here.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And this guy, at least for our age demo, this was a huge loss for us. Like, I'm not gonna say it would have been like losing Jordan, but it'd have been pretty close to it. Pretty close to it.
In basketball terms, this is probably like losing.
So like Larry.
Like Larry or Magic. It's like losing that. Somebody somebody like where they had to kind of tailor it to, like, most big men had to be cool now. Big men had to be cool. Big men had to be able to, you know, take bumps and be athletic and shit. I mean, they changed the narrative and shit for that. Yeah. Switching and if does anybody else have anything to say, because I'm about to switch gears and I'm about to go.
The only other thing I want to say was I see your man's has adopted the razor's edge.
Who?
The man you commonly refer to as Pedro Martinez because you don't like calling Damian Priest.
Punishment Martinez been using the razor's edge since Ring of Honor, so that's okay. That's fine. That's right.
He brought it back. He brought it back though, so I just was like, okay.
I know he did. Yeah.
He's been said like Razor was one of his inspirations though.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because he would do the little razor walk. If you remember back in NXT, I don't know if he's stopped doing it on the main roster because I haven't really paid attention to the main roster at all.
Yeah, he doesn't even do it. I was disappointed he didn't do it in the game.
I just want to point out the Razor's Edge hurts. You haven't been put in that before. It does not feel good.
I bet that's falling on the shoulder blades. I'm good.
Shoulder blades first. That shit's not cool.
I've taken a 3D before. Never Razor's Edge. Thankfully, it was on that.
I've taken both, and I'm here to tell you, Razor's Edge on the kitchen floor don't feel good.
Yeah, no, neither does not even on a fucking mat, wrestling mat. That shit hurt.
That shit hurt.
Switching up to things that hurt. Let's get right into it. First off, Wrestle Power Scott Hall. Secondly, what is this fool name? What is his name? Somebody give me his name. Somebody give me the idiot.
Ridge Holland.
Fuck Ridge Holland. He's a fucking idiot. That's the second person he done dropped on his head now, and we're promoting this nigga like he's supposed to be God or something and put him on the main roster. And I'm sick of people out here saying, oh, Ridge Holland, it was an accident. Anybody could do it. I ain't never seen Kurt Angle drop nobody on their head. I ain't never seen Chris Benoit drop somebody on their head, and they're smaller than him. That means nothing. Fuck Ridge Holland. He's stupid. Why does the WWE keep rewarding people for stupidity? A la Nia Jax, who I'm sorry we have to even bring up because she doesn't even wrestle there anymore in the first place, for just doing stupid shit. But who's the other one? Why did we ask? What's for the redhead that can't wrestle? She was redhead. She couldn't wrestle. Why did we get her back? Who was her?
Eva Marie.
We didn't want her back. Why did we get that back? Why did they reward back?
Because she had pink hair this time, Bucko.
Give a fuck about no pink hair, okay? I'm sick of this rewarding people for doing bad shit. This is stupid. Ridge Holland has 3 moves and they're both trash.
Oh, he needs to be suspended as long as Big E has his injury.
Yes, because it's stupid.
Because there's 100% on him.
You do a power slam and drop Johnny Gargano on his head, which means one thing. You shouldn't do a power slam because you're not prepared to do. See, I don't understand that. I don't understand how you a big, strong motherfucker that can, like, deadlift a bunch of weight and can throw that shit over your head and power clean, but you can't just, like, be able to control somebody's weight and be like, you know what? I think I got this. I've been doing suplexes with the damn thing the whole time. Maybe I should do it this way and pop my hips. Common thing they always talk about in wrestling. Pop your hips. Pop your hips. Never use your arms. Pop your hips. Common thing. Pop your hips. Say all the time. Eddie Guerrero, great snap suplex. Always pop his hip. Chris Benoit, oh my God, amazing suplex machine. Pop his hips. Kurt Angle, oh my God, suplexing everybody. Pop his hips. Ridge Holland just throw you with his arms. Big E skids on the mat. I'm talking, if you need to understand what skids means, go back and watch, what's that movie with Columbus Short and Chris Brown died in it?
Stomp the Yard?
Stomp the Yard, when they push his ass to the end and he skid across the floor. Biggie, thank God Biggie just broke his neck. And that's not even a thing what they were thinking for. That's stupid. But Ridge Holland gonna get this big push Watch on SmackDown, I broke Big E's neck. Nama, 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 nama. No, you dummy. You just can't wrestle. You are a musclehead that can't wrestle. You another one of them. One of these young dumb niggas that they want to push. This is trash. This is stupid. We want people younger. We want people better so we can cultivate them to be WWE talent. How about we just find people that can wrestle? Ridge Holland has dropped 2 people on their head. Both of them franchise people. And yet, you don't do anything about it. Help me understand this. Somebody, make it make sense to me.
Well, Butch is probably going to get his push now.
Don't fucking say that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
If we doing a golden shuffle, I'm telling y'all right fucking now. Whoever said Pete Dunne,
Butch.
you Butch now. Whoever the fuck did that, I'm gonna take the golden shuffle. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna fucking set it on fire. I'm gonna Cesaro swing that bitch and I'm gonna let it go.
I don't
Whoever the hell did that. That's stupid.
Understand the premise of changing someone's character for the betterment of what you think it's supposed to be. If you're putting it in a lens and the person is already over, Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight, do not call him Butch. Put on a goofy ass hat and a jacket and say he's Butch now. We are not stupid. We are not.
No, he had the Simply Red hat on, bro.
They didn't even go Dunn or bruiserweight or even Pete. They just said, forget it entirely. Butch.
Bro,
when I hear Butch, I think of a puppy dog or something. They got a bad attitude.
I think of Gunther.
Oh my God.
This is Gunther level bad.
Y'all got to remember, man, it's all about Thanos snap, man. Anything
That's what makes it so.
Paul Levesque had any part in creating is gone.
What makes it so crazy too is like he just resigned with them. It's like multi-years, like within the last like few months.
Multi-years is Butch.
It's literally like he has 8 balls of sticky paper, a glass wall, and the title of the sticky paper is "What Can I Fuck Up Today?"
It's almost like his grandchildren are writing creative.
Yeah, no, real shit. It's like his grandchildren writing creative. Okay, who's this? Who's
What does he look like? What's his name look like? Butch.
Butch.
I got a better idea. I think I know what it is. Because you know what they always got? You know those little like bingo looking machines with the little balls in them? They always pull out at random Raws and SmackDowns over the years. Trust me, they got them in Vince's office with different concepts and names and dumb shit in them. And they just suspend them. And they go, boom. Let me see something. Who we got here today? They call P Dunne up. Well, I just pulled this name Butch. He look like a Butch. He gonna be Butch. What y'all think? Yeah, Butch. Yeah. Woo. Butch. We gonna sell Butch merchandise. First of all, no the fuck you not.
No, you're not.
No one's buying a Butch shirt.
No
one's buying a Butch Kangol hat.
Send Butch.
God damn it.
And it's offensive.
It kind of is. Like, are y'all calling him a lesbian? Because, like, why would you call
Right, no real shit. That's fucking offensive.
like,
No,
well,
I'm thinking of the Bushwhackers though. Wasn't one of them Butch?
I don't know.
Wasn't Luke and Butch the Bushwhackers?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I
think it was Luke and Butch, the Bushwhackers.
might be right.
See, but that did pass in the 80s. Like, this is 2022. You know what this is? This is what happens when, God bless the dead, when you don't have a Pat Patterson there to tell him, no, Vince, that's a bad idea.
I mean, I saw this coming from, I hate to keep references, but I saw this coming from almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When he said the guy that does the flippy stuff.
Bro,
Because he wasn't paying attention to the NXT product. That's why I say it's the Thanos snap. Like, everything Trips did, he's undoing it.
Which doesn't make
Everything.
sense, bro. I'm so tired. Like, it doesn't make fucking sense. Like
My thing is, I think the fans are so tired too that like they don't even want to hijack the show and let's like start a Pete Dunne chant or something, because like I guarantee you, the fans are just tired. I think at this point,
the fans got an alternative too now, so it's just kind of like, all right, if you truly just not rocking with WWE no more, just wait on AEW to go to your town. Now AEW don't do those big 15,000 plus arenas. So, you'll be in a smaller place, 10,000, arena capacity, but just wait for them. Don't spend your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we got coming up here? Hell in the Cell, I think, is coming to Chicago.
Yeah.
I haven't said anything to you guys about it. I know they're doing something, a Raw and a SmackDown here soon. I wouldn't mind seeing SmackDown, but you can't pay me to go to Raw right now.
I'll be honest with you. After I see Roman, I'm done. I don't want to see nobody else. I'm not gonna fuck about none of that other shit. To be honest with you, to be really frank with you, I don't give a fuck about any of that other shit. I don't give a fuck about any of that.
I mean, I'd want to see Big E, but his neck's broken. So
yeah.
Oh my God, it just came back.
And there
comes back full circle.
There were some rumors. One of those doctors said that he may not be able to wrestle again.
Yeah, I heard that earlier today.
Just because of the severity of the disc, one of the discs, because it's like at the top of his, what is it, the spine or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now they didn't say definitively, but he'll probably have to get it fused. We've seen other people do it.
But see, that's the thing about this whole thing. Like, this can be avoided if you properly select the criteria of your wrestlers. Ridge
Not even that though, bro. It's like what you said earlier. I can't even say he's too small to do the move, because you like you said, Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit, smaller guys, and they were able to pull the move off. But even in that particular match, Sheamus did the same damn move to Big E, and they pulled it off with no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it's. Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead, KG.
I was just going to say, I think it's this too. They got to think of proximity and where they're doing these things at too. Why are you doing the belly button suplex? If one doesn't know what he's doing, he or she should have not given one to do it unacceptable on the outside of the ring. You don't know what someone doesn't know what they're doing. Don't do that move, period. But especially on the outside of the ring.
You have to be able to know that you have your fundamentals down. The reason why Kurt Angle never hurt no one is because Kurt Angle was fundamentally sound in that ring. The reason why Eddie Guerrero never really hurt anyone, because he was fundamentally sound in that ring. The reason why Chris Benoit, God rest his soul, same thing with Eddie Guerrero, was so good in the ring, was because they were fundamentally sound. They knew how to do a suplex on a regular basis. And they started from the bottom and made their way up. WWE has tried to do everything to be entertaining, but has forgotten the one key thing about what business they're in. The wrestling business, where motherfuckers got to be able to fucking wrestle. I get you can cut a vignette. I appreciate the Razor Ramon vignette, Scott Hall vignette. I appreciate the vignettes. I appreciate the creativity in people's costumes. I appreciate the somewhat effort of naming people. Give me someone who can fucking wrestle. I shouldn't be excited to watch Edge and AJ Styles, and there's no title involved, and that's the only match I want to see on one of your biggest pay-per-views of the year. When there's no belt that's involved, there's not really a storyline that's involved. The one thing I'm excited about is a match with just two great wrestlers. I'm not excited about Brock and Roman. We all know what's going to happen. One of them going to unify the titles. It's just one of the two. Not excited about... Go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to say, even then, they're going to unify the titles, and then Raw's going to win the World Championship. So it's not even a real, unification.
I'm not... Right. And I'm not excited
They're just doing this to pad somebody's stats, basically.
Basically. And I'm not excited about the tag titles, because you don't even put tag team wrestling on there in the first place, and you make it trash. I'm not excited to see Austin come back and wrestle Kevin Owens, because he's pushing 50.
He's 57.
He's pushing 60. He's pushing 60. I'm not excited about any tag team match. I don't even know if the Cruiserweight belt's going on the line. You have NXT Stand Deliver. That's just going to be trash to me. I don't care about any of it. None of it matters. You have Dolph Ziggler as the NXT champion. when you have it like 5 or 7 years, maybe even 8 or 9 years too late. Dolph's run was after Survivor Series when he should have been pushed for a title because he was white hot. He was over. Over and over again, you keep pushing him, which I get it. You want to be able to credit for him for times you didn't. I understand that. That's fantastic. But Dolph Ziggler is boring to us now. He does not interest us at any shape, fashion, or form. Thank you for giving Ricochet the title for no apparent reason. We appreciate that small, minute W. And you're not even going to let him really wrestle like that to have great matches or whatever. That's what SmackDown was fucking for. SmackDown was the place where we got our wrestling. Raw was the entertainment. SmackDowns, we got the wrestling. When do we just change that narrative up? You are the World Wrestling Entertainment. That's what you provide. Worldwide. Wrestling in the big W and then entertainment, which means you combine all three together to create a narrative wrestling with an entertainment factor. Somehow you have made it where your video game story is more entertaining than your goddamn shows. Doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Help me.
And then my thing is just like they're relying on Logan Paul and Johnny Knoxville.
You are relying on Logan Paul. Johnny Knoxville's got to be putting close to 50, right? How old is Johnny Knoxville? Somebody look that up. Look how old Johnny Knoxville is.
My whole thing is it's not the early 2000s anymore. nobody cares about Jackass.
No, we don't care about Jackass. I don't care.
Like, that'd be different if it was like the Ruthless Aggression era. This would actually kind of be a big thing.
Awesome. This would be awesome.
Like, and if especially like, yeah, like if you had him going up against somebody who was like in the mid card or something like that, where he take nobody's spot. But now it's just like we could have got they could have sold off Sammy and Ricochet from Mania. And then like instead of doing the Logan Paul thing, you could have just do the Mysterios and that triple threat against the Street Profits and I made it a triple threat, the Street Profits and RJ Bro. That's what I would have done.
I don't fucking get it. Why? Like, listen, Bad Bunny got there, and I was like, "What's Bad Bunny? He's hot right now. I get it. Bad Bunny's hot.
He's 51.
Why do you want old niggas to die at WWE? I don't get it. Why you put senior citizens in this motherfucker? I don't fucking get this shit. It don't make no fucking sense to me anymore. I'm lost. I'm lost, bro. I'm baffled. I'm just baffled at just like, just the lack of care.
And now they're gonna bring. And then here's the thing. I'm not mad if Cody goes back, but now I tell you what, they only had 2 weeks to build towards him and Seth, which is basically allegedly, you can see on here, which is basically supposed to be happening. So I don't really know.
No, go ahead, bro. Because I was just gonna say before Tony bought Ring of Honor, that seemed like a sure shot thing to me. But once he bought Ring of Honor, I kind of was like, I wonder if Cody's going in that.
Mm-hmm. I think they still like make stories like that about the Seth Rollins thing to throw off the scent of what Cody really gonna do. But at the same time, crazy part is if it turns out he show up on Monday Night Raw to build toward a feud like that, it'll make sense how Kevin Owens end up pinning him clean just to make it like what the story could be.
I think he signed this because they would have something for Seth by now. I think that's like in the way the Raw went off the air last night, like you said, him losing clean and with Seth looking at the WrestleMania sign and not having an opponent. So I think it is going to be Cody. That's my whole thing.
I don't. I take for you, brother. Go ahead, finish.
No, I was just going to say they said one of the. They said I heard either the Young Bucks or Kenny Omega said they think Cody's already signed, but they don't. So basically, the rumor is if it's not Seth, they said it's like it's gonna be the night after WrestleMania because Raw's usually pretty hot crowd. Then
yeah,
I don't know.
All right, you ready for this hot take?
Go with it.
I got one name for you for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Braun Breaker.
Oh, God damn it. You ruined WrestleMania altogether. You ruined it. I'm going to Pop-Tart. This is stupid.
Nah. I mean, they might do it. They might do it. I hope not.
Yeah, no, they've already said he's moving up to Raw. They moved up. When they moved up Pete Dunne, they said they were moving up a NXT vet, and they were moving. They was hot shotting basically Braun to the Raw brand. So it's supposed to be Ciampa 2 that's getting ready to be moved up. But it was two. They said 2 NXT vets and Braun Breaker were headed to the main roster.
I just don't know if he'll be the WrestleMania one, just because I think he's supposed to get his rematch at Stand and Deliver. Now, people have had matches at both shows. I think Ricochet and Aleister Black worked TakeOver New York, and then they worked WrestleMania 35.
Yep.
But I don't know. I hope not. That'd be a letdown.
I don't think he's getting a rematch, only because it seems like they're pushing LA Knight right now down there, and he confronted Dolph Ziggler today on Miz TV on NXT 2.0. So all signs, at least for me, point to Braun Breaker, and I think the Cody thing was just Tony and Cody kind of just playing into the whole thing that he's going back to WWE, and I think he's gonna go and he's going to head creative because he said they're going to use Ring of Honor as a developmental territory. So I think he's going to truly go do his Triple H thing over there.
I genuinely do not care about any of that whatsoever. I just, from the bottom of my heart, I give no fuck about any of that at all. WrestleMania, this is probably the most disappointing WrestleMania season of my 36 years of being on this earth. I have never been so depressed about WrestleMania in my life.
I'd be depressed if the tacos aren't good.
I'm gonna be drunk during WrestleMania, and we're not gonna go live on WrestleMania because there is no point of us doing that and disappointing ourselves.
Yeah, we had a pretty good time last time we got together, so hey,
this
we'll enjoy that.
I mean, if that is what they're going to do, and Cody does not go to WWE, thank God. But
he better not do the Braun Breaker shit.
But don't do the Braun Breaker shit. Like just
it's like KG said, though, it could be the Monday thing if they truly don't do a match on. I mean, you can still probably have Minifero at WrestleMania, and then it carries on over to Monday Night Raw, and you have Seth versus Braun Breaker in a feud. You know, they kind of did the same thing with Rey Mysterio, son. So with Seth, try to put him over. So
you can do what you can do is you can just have Seth beat up everybody until he finds an opponent. And
I don't know though. I'll be skeptical back to because AEW, the sizzle was kind of showing with some of their fans because they was all kind of cheering for Cody till he talked about his mixed baby. I'm just saying, wasn't Cody super over?
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Now you really think about it, and then when the turn start happening, when you start getting these mixed reactions, I mean, granted there was no crowd there when he cut that, but you start hearing people on social media cringe at the promo and all that. I'm just like, y'all sizzle was showing.
I think people started turning on Cody when he did the Go Big Show. Like that's when people were like, oh.
I mean,
yeah, from the jump though.
Right. No, I think it was that promo because he talked about like segregation, and I don't think people were trying to hear that from a white dude who was feuding with a black dude at the time. I don't know. I think their sizzle was showing.
Of course not. Yeah, the sizzle was showing. But once he went Go Big Show, oh, that's what it is. He's gone corporate. He's done everything else. Listen, this is what Seth Rollins should do. On Monday, cut a scathing promo about how he deserves to be in WrestleMania, how he's carried this company, this and the third. Get booed out of the ring. Every major championship holder, besides Brock Lesnar, he beats up every single one of them, which these two of them, Finn Balor, whoever the tag team champions are, and however he decides to go about doing it in that manner at that point, which basically means we could have one of the following. Another match with Finn Balor and Seth Rollins and Punishment Martinez. That's not bad. That's not too bad. Give them 25, 30 minutes. They burn the house down. There you go. Don't let Seth Rollins touch the title or whatever, but then create a whole dynamic of Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Why? Because it writes its fucking self. Two people that fought for the original Universal title or whatever, now competing over the United States Championship, who have all evolved into different things. But do not give us Finn Balor that you have now. Give us the Prince versus this version of Seth Rollins. I know what you're thinking. An anti-hero versus a heel. Crazy enough to work. You've done it in the Attitude Era, and it worked just fine. Trust me, it will sell. At that point, that's the best way to go about doing it. Now, what is WWE going to do? Something hokey. Seth Rollins will probably face the chicken that beat fucking Kane. Seth Rollins will probably have to face Pete Rose. I don't fucking know.
No,
I don't know, bro.
I got the hiccups.
I don't know.
He said he had to pay Pete Rose. He was giving me the hiccups.
But it might be Seth Rollins versus Jerry Jones. I don't fucking know, bro. But with WWE, you can never fucking tell.
All right,
Seth Rollins versus Dak Prescott. I don't know.
If it's not Cody, I'll do a hot take then. If it's not Cody, Johnny Takeover becomes Johnny WrestleMania.
No way. No way.
That's actually another hot take I had.
I got a hot take
for this week. Johnny Gargano's gonna re-sign with WWE.
No,
his wife's there for another couple of years, so why would he leave?
No, they're not. They're gonna release her ass real soon. Go ahead, Ill Will.
Seth Rollins might fight the Bunny.
God damn it! Stop giving him.
Who? Bad Bunny?
Yes, he might fight Bad Bunny.
No, he has a show in Miami that weekend.
That might be to throw y'all off. He might show up. You know, he pulled up in the truck last time.
Yeah, bring a fuck. He whooped ass too. And
he was coming down in a helicopter playing Booker T.
Seth Rollins was gonna take a Bunny Destroyer on the stage in Miami.
Yep.
Braun Breaker.
Don't stop saying that.
Stop saying that shit, bro. Because they do that shit's gonna piss me off, bro.
Look, y'all. Okay, this is gonna sound kind of arrogant, but how often am I wrong with these kind of scenarios?
I can. Well, you really want to answer that. But I was sounding like a jerk.
I really do.
Well, and I bet you $5 right now.
Well, Damian Priest is not a part of the bloodline.
Hell no.
That's because
I forgot you did that shit.
Vince is currently trashing him. If you go SmackDown, he totally
Samoa
Logan. Go, KG.
Samoa Joe is fired. You said he was gonna be a Paul Heyman guy.
Yep. Go ahead. Stop it. No, Logan, keep going, KG.
No, stop right now. No.
Continue. No.
One more, KG. One more.
Is it one more?
I'm sure there is. I mean, we've all been. Let's call this up. Let's call it a hot take.
KG, no.
First of all, Kenny, I don't appreciate you sure that he is. Okay? I don't appreciate that. I thought we were brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But then again, to be in, maybe Tim might be right. You got to trust the process. They did turn Damian Priest heel randomly. Sure, he gonna show up. He gonna help Roman. He gonna help Roman smash him. He gonna smash him.
I'm gonna smash.
Well, hey.
I'm laughing, but I'm kind of like being serious. I could definitely see them putting Damian Priest's son there, even though he's Puerto Rican, and definitely putting him in the bloodline.
But they would, and they make
maybe. You know what else? You know what else would be cool for the bloodline? They stop making her act like a crackhead, Dakota Kai, because she is part Samoan. If they just like actually had her go back to her old gimmick, where she just didn't care, but she was just hungry for a championship.
Mm-hmm.
At least she actually has Samoan heritage in her. You want to just get somebody randomly thrown in, but I can definitely see Vince doing that. Anytime Yokozuna was supposed to be a sumo wrestler,
man.
You know what's so funny too? When Asuka and like, what if somebody really thought Yokozuna was Japanese? They just didn't do no research. When Asuka and Shinsuke both won the Rumble the same night, they did the first Japanese wrestlers to win the Rumble. So like, they just basically broke kayfabe with Yoko.
Yo, look, man. Let me break this down for everybody right now. This is us giving them ideas because we don't get no credit for this shit, which is bullshit. But a lot of time when y'all say the hokey shit, guess what? The hokey shit happens. So stop giving these niggas ideas, bro. We give it to them for free in the first place when they should be paying us for this shit in the first place.
The only reason I'll be mad at it is because that's too high up to start Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. I just don't want it to happen. I wouldn't be surprised though. It's too high on the total pole to me.
Yeah,
Because where does he go after that? He goes straight to the world championship as far as I'm concerned. I have to say.
Dirty Hills posted that they want more raw talent on NXT on a regular basis now.
I mean, yeah, no, I thought we discussed it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or no. Me and Tim discussed it at work. We were saying that like we heard that basically there's going to be a continuation. Yeah, my fault. We didn't talk about it on the pod. So basically, they were saying that, and we were just upset because I think we kind of touched on this last week, how they were doing that though when they still had talent that everybody wanted to see. So it is pretty frustrating that like we didn't get like AJ Styles and Adam Cole or Seth and Johnny Gargano or like Orton and Ciampa. I mean, that's still a possibility. But some of these people actually wanted to work with them, you know, when they were still down there. Or, you know, even some of the women before they got released, like, it would have been cool to see, like, well, no, they're not released, but like Becky and Io.
What?
That'd been cool. I mean, granted, Becky, like we said before, we still kind of got that. We got Sasha and Io. That was a pretty good match. Great American Bash.
Yeah.
So they've experimented a little. We just didn't get a full on feud. But it would be nice if they would have did that when they were actual like the old school black and gold brand, because they kind of dabbled with it a little bit, but it wasn't like you got Tyler Breeze and Velveteen. But it's just at that point. I mean, they had a good match, and I kind of see where they were going with it. Prince Pretty or whatever, and Velveteen, they had his gimmick. So I see what they were aiming for, but
they made sense. Like they made sense. Now they're just putting shit together. Like if you bring up Braun Breaker, who nobody wants to see, why do that? We don't want that. No one asked for Braun Breaker. No offense, no one wants his ass. I don't want fucking Braun Breaker. I don't want to see.
Vince wants. What do you mean?
Vince don't want to. Vince want to start all over again and be able to say, "See what I did at 80 years old." Oh hell no!
I'm not here for the big bad booty nephew.
I don't need that.
What's so crazy is like, I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm glad none of us, even though we only had 6 months. I don't know how many opportunities we had, but I'm kind of glad we haven't bought money to go back to one of their shows yet, because as long as people keeps putting money into the company, they're gonna continue. I mean, they're always gonna push who they want to push anyway, but it's even more amplified now. It's like they just made a profit of like $1 billion.
Yeah, green for $1 billion.
You see, and that's the problem. I'm like, you have to go that route. Your team isn't any good. Stop going to games. You have to stop going to WWE events.
Aside from the whole Steiner blind shit they doing in our face with Braun Breaker, aside from that, what annoys me about how they like using him, if you really pay attention to like how they pushing him, he's kind of like on this creator wrestler storyline on 2K push kind of thing. Everything happening in sequence too damn fast. Because like he went from like the hot rookie fighting the vet of NXT to being like the leader of the group against the NXT old man group to championship contender.
That's just true.
Champion to main roster. It's like 6 months, man.
That's just true.
It happened just like that. Like every victory, he unlocked the new stage. Like it happened right in front of our fucking face.
Oh shit, that's fucking true.
The way they debuted him was so weird too, because like LA Knight had a match in the main event that night, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna put up a Braun Breaker in the first match of the night." Okay,
that shit's true. It's like the fucking video. It's not even close. That's holy shit. That's accurate. not to give away spoilers in WWE, the WWE 2K22 or wherever, you get to, if you do certain things in the game, it propels you to certain heights. For example, if you win the Mixed Match Challenge, you get to have a Universal title match, which means you propel against not even getting like anything else like that. You just not even any mid card or anything. You go directly to the Universal title match, and that's kind of like backwards. Remember, people used to because it used to be like a slow build. We used to get to know people and enjoy people. I feel like let's push Brown Breaker tonight. No, let's not do it. Let's do Grayson Waller. Let's do somebody else weird or somebody else that we don't even fucking know about. Let's do who else is weird? Von Helsing.
Von Wagner.
See, that's why I don't mind them utilizing guys like a Miz or Dolph Ziggler or even a Bobby Roode right now at this point, where they're not really using them on the main roster no way. So, put them down at NXT. This is what Trips probably wanted to begin with anyway when the roster was down there, just killing. It could have killed AEW if that was the goal. If you were injecting a little talent from Raw and SmackDown, and you're allowing the NXT talent to pop up on Raw and SmackDown every now and again. But,
if you gave us, I guarantee you they win if you give us AJ versus Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. If you give us AJ, Ricochet, Adam Cole, and a triple threat with Velveteen Dream, I guarantee you win that. You want to win?
Hell, who was NXT champion when Edge came down there and he said, "I never had that"? Was that Karrion Kross?
Finn Balor.
That's
Finn Balor. Give me Edge versus Finn Balor.
Come on, yo! It's simple math. It's simple math, bro. These guys are hot. They are NXT royalty or whatever. If you bring down Raw royalty to NXT royalty, what happens? Oh shit! You are now basically playing my GM right in front of us, and it's working out. That's basically
Finn Balor's a little frustrated because he said they won't let him be a heel on the main roster.
He's a great heel, which I don't understand the premise. He was such a good heel that we couldn't even boo him. We couldn't boo him. And he did very heelish shit. He put his nuts in Johnny Gargano's face. Okay? He grazed his nuts across Johnny Gargano's face or whatever. He said, if you're going in with a Prince, you better not miss. And he wasn't missing. He was doing a lot of heelish shit, betrayed Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano at the same time so that Undisputed could beat him. Come on, bro. Jesus. That's just... I don't get it, bro. You have a whole fucking cascade of amazing talent that you can just put together. Listen, you guys are the elite. I'm happy to do double time just so we can get our ratings up. Cool. Pay me more. You got it. Boom. You're $1 billion in the green, bro. It is not a hard concept. Pay these people, pay them their worth, bro. Ricochet, go back to NXT. Establish yourself as a new character and be great. Easy. Keith Lee, go back to NXT. Don't wrestle for 6 months and discover what it is to have a character as a bad guy. Simple shit. Small and significant shit.
I do think it's funny how AEW kept talking about the ratings were this, that, and the third, and it's like the world champion for their first 2 years of Inception were former WWE guys.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Let that simmer.
Still mad about the big head Sheamus shit. Sheamus 2.0 and Sheamus 3.0.
Sheamus 2.0.
Sheamus 2.0 and Sheamus 3.0 are bothering me. It's bothering the fuck out of me. It doesn't make any sense.
One thing I am looking forward to, I'll be shocked if them do a title change tomorrow. Your girl Thunder probably gonna get the strap tomorrow. Steel cage match.
Thunder Road in San Antonio.
That should be a pretty good match. I expect Pinnacle obviously to cost Warlow, but they're not gonna make Scorpio no transitional champion like that. If they do Scorpio dirty like that, I'm be a little upset. Yeah, I understand Warlow's over, but
I understand too. That would bother me immensely, but I don't think
I think they're gonna screw Warlow so they can push the momentum for the MJF Warlow feud. And
that's what I'm anticipating.
This match is going to be what makes it happen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm anticipating as well. I will say this though, the tag team division. That's why I'll give them credit for. Like I said, we would say this before. A lot of times, I feel like we think they could tell better stories. They have a really deep tag team division from a standpoint. It's like there's so many teams. It's like, man, there's gonna be some team that ends up either leaving or they just never touch the titles. They have some talented teams.
The Hardy Boys are back in the division.
The heart. Shout out to the Public Enemies. Jeff Hardy had to dance before he whooped everybody ass on AEW. So I was like, why are you dancing? Just go out there and beat ass.
I'm gonna tell you why that happened, right? Jeff Hardy's debut was meant to be like Keith Lee's in his mind, where he was able to come out to his music,
right,
and fuck with the crowd,
right,
and do his whole thing. But it just so happened his debut was while his brother was getting his ass whooped. But he still felt the music real quick, so he had to fucking real quick and then get to it. But he had to do it. He felt it. You know how it be like you get the jitters. He had the jitters. So he had to shake it off real quick and then go do his thing. He became goddamn mean. He was all weekend. Like, I saw all of them. Everybody put the Jeff Hardy memes out. He was dancing on everything.
Hot take.
I mean, that's what Rhea did too, though. She didn't dance. Remember when Charlotte like stomped Bianca Belair's like ankle? She stopped and did her stomp on the stage when she was supposed to make the save on NXT. I was like, really? Like, y'all terrible friends / family members.
Hot take for
Jeff Hardy's case.
Hot take for AEW. This is the Hardy Swan song. They're going to be on their way out. That's what I'd be done for them.
No, they said this is their last run.
I agree.
They already said that. Yeah, they said this like they're about to do some indie dates.
But y'all know what they finna do, right?
They finna bring back Brother Nero.
Yes, they're gonna bring back the Broken Hardys. Yes,
Broken Hardys. They're gonna bring those. They're gonna bring them back.
They're gonna bring it to AEW because I was waiting on the crowd and his brother back. He's gonna do it
because he was doing the delete shit and they were going crazy. So they're gonna do that.
They finna do it.
You know what else he's about to do?
He's gonna get a lot less of my time.
You know what else they're about to do? Amy Dumois is all elite.
They better do what?
So Amy Dumois is all elite.
Stop, bro. Don't do
that. Get Team Extreme cracking in AEW.
No, we're not getting Team Extreme cracking in AEW, bro. Stop that.
Watch.
The
way they releasing talent.
Well, if she on that at the WrestleMania cut list, she all elite, boy. Amy Lita is all elite.
Amy Dumois is all elite.
Amy Lita. She gone.
Bruh.
Or she can go to Tony Storm route and get an OnlyFans. You want to see
God damn it, Tim.
I was trying to see the high road this episode.
Or just because I know you said how much is to subscribe, and be honest with me, don't lie. How much is to subscribe? How much?
I literally just saw it on IG. I think it's $20.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
That's why I'm doing the Christian thing. I'm gonna look from a distance. I'm not giving her $20. Sorry.
Man, you gotta know the cheat codes and shit like that. The same stuff that they got on OnlyFans is on Twitter. Thank me later.
I was just gonna say people be dropping the mega load things too. And have all the OnlyFans content.
I would say those pictures are always weak and stuff. Videos.
Weak as hell.
Twitter's totally not worth it.
Twitter ugly as hell. Like
Twitter's the new hub. Twitter's the new hub for those.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Hey man.
Twitter ridiculous. They don't give a fuck.
You just gotta find one. You gotta find one page. It'll just give you a wide range of everybody's shit.
Because I'm sure by now y'all have seen that video of that chick. It's a rap video, but it's basically a porno because she's getting screwed during the course of the song.
God damn it! Somebody
or something like that.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not
shit
surprised.
went viral.
I'm not surprised though.
2 weeks ago, but yeah, I saw it on Twitter. Some black chick. I'll send it to the group if I can find it. No, because I came across it on Twitter. So y'all gonna just kind of like, oh, she really went there with the song, like. So it's a rap video, but it's a porn rap video.
Oh God, I don't even know where to go from here. All right, let's just move on. There's nothing else to move on to.
All right, Chico.
Rest in power, Scott Hall.
Chico.
Rest in power, Scott Hall.
Shit.
That's it, bro. That's all I got. Bad guy.
All right, man. Please follow us on Instagram. Also follow us on Twitter and also TikTok. Our videos on TikTok get like 500, 600 views a video. So
you're being modest, bro. That shit was at like a damn near 1,000. I saw it the other day. I'm like, yo, all right.
Yeah, but you know, I'm chilling right now until everybody else gets in tune with it because I want the follower game to be up too. I appreciate you guys for hearing us out and listening to our content and everything else. Like, share, subscribe, do all the above. You're gonna hear the Razor mantra go off at the end of this one too, just like in the beginning. Old man Logan, man, take us out, bro.
Oh, let me go real quick.
Yeah.
It's so rare to find any highlight of Raw. It definitely was Kevin Owens' opening promo last night.
Hey, yo.
Simple.
Real quick. I in everything I was saying and what was going on and the emotion of what I was saying, I didn't get a chance to say what I really wanted to close out with. We got to say goodbye to the bad guy. I love y'all, man.
Love you, fam.
Hey, bro. All righty. This one's for the bad guy. Because when you NWO for life.
Fuck Rich Holland.
Thanks for listening to the Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. The Hot Take Wrestling Podcast is brought to you by the NMG Network, a division of NMG Enterprises, LLC.